If you have ever dreamed of starting a layer poultry farming business, then you're in the right place, because in today's video, I am going to take you step by step on how you can start your layer poultry farm business, everything you need to start, and also do it successfully. Also remember that I offer personalized guidance via my online consultation for intending poultry farmers or poultry farmers who are looking to scale up. So you can click the seller link in the description box to book a session with me. Let us get started. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Poultry with Modupe. My name is Modupe and I am a layer poultry farmer doing business in Nigeria. Let's get to what we have come here to do today. Layer poultry farming. How do you start as a beginner? First thing first, what exactly is layer poultry farming? Layers are chickens bred specifically for egg production. Unlike broilers that are raised for meat, layers are your ultimate business partners if you're focused on producing eggs for sale or personal consumption. The beauty of this business is its consistency. So with proper planning and management, you can create a steady stream of income all year round. The first thing will be market research. So you have to understand who your customers are going to be. Are they going to be individuals? Are they going to be restaurants? Are they going to be distributors? Understand who you are going to sell your produce to. Now that you understand who your potential customers are, then you have to budget. So I would advise that you start small if your budget is tight, then you expand as things get better, as you understand the business better, as you have more capital as things go on. So start small, then expand as things go on. The next thing now is the land and location of your farming business. My advice will always be that you site your location, you site your farm in not so residential area. So you go, most of the time you probably have to go into the maybe villages and a place that is not so occupied by people. So when you're considering land and location, you have to find a place that is secured, because at the end of the day, this is actually a huge investment. Layer poultry farming is huge investment. So you have to find a secured place. You also have to find a place that has very good access and very good road network. Like I probably would say, it doesn't have to be tarred road and all that, but there has to be very good road network. Another thing you have to consider when you're looking at land and location is that you have to go find a place where you know that you have access to clean water. Okay, so the issue of clean water is that you probably might have to dig your own borehole, especially in places that government water doesn't get to. So you have to dig your borehole, but then you have to consider somewhere that it won't be so difficult to dig your borehole, or it won't be so difficult for you to get to the water beds. So that's another thing to consider for land and space, land location. Then, like I said, get a place that is secured and that isn't close to residential buildings, so as to avoid complaints from your neighbors. I mean, complain of the noise of the birds, or complain of smell from the waste of the birds. Once you have planned, it is now time for you to set up. So now let's check some of what setup you need for your business. The first thing is housing. So you have to decide what kind of structure you want for your birds. So this is what our own pen looks like. This is one pen here, and this is another pen here. They are housing different capacity of layer poultry birds. You have to also decide whether you want to do deep litter or battery cage system. I use battery cage system in my own farm, and the reason I do so is that it helps to make egg collection easy, and it also helps to reduce feed wastage. We are also able to manage sick birds easier with our battery cage system. However, if you're starting small, you can have cages built for you like this. With this kind of cage now, you can have it at your backyard and literally raise about 20 layer poultry birds in there. Another thing is your feed. So your feed are actually very important in layer poultry farming. So I would just advise that you research and look for feed that work within your budget and are also very good also. So once you're doing layer poultry farming, you have to invest in very good feed, the starter, the grower, and the layer feed also. So next thing is your medication and vaccination. See, medication and vaccination is actually very, very important in layer poultry farming. So my advice will also have to be that you get in touch with a very good vet, and the vet will describe to you or write out to you a very detailed medication and vaccination schedule that you have to really stick to. It is important that you stick to this medication and vaccination schedule so that you can have very good productive cycle and a profitable one. This is actually very huge investment. So if you're going to layer poultry farming, my advice every time will be that go for consultation, speak with farmers who are in the business, and not forgetting that I offer consultation, online consultation for intending poultry farmer, intending layer poultry farmer. So you can again click on the link in the description box, the seller link, to book a 2-hour consultation session with me. You have to have all your questions, all your concern, and I can assure you that you're going to be better for it. The next thing is selecting the right breed. Choosing the right breed of layers is a make or break decision for your farm. Some popular breeds are Isa Brown, Highline, and Loham, and they are known for their high egg production. The birds I have on my farm are Isa Brown, and Isa Brown are like the egg laying machine we have currently, because they've been genetically modified to just lay eggs when they are fed very well. When purchasing layer poultry birds, always purchase from a trusted hatchery. If you have not subscribed to my channel at this point, what are you waiting for? Please click on the subscribe button, please like, please share, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell, because as you know, on this channel, all I do here is just share tips and strategies on how to be better in your poultry farm, how to start your poultry farm, and how to scale up your poultry farm and make good profits also. Now, let us get to the fifth part of this video, which is the daily management practices in a layer poultry farm. So what are the things we do every day in a layer poultry farm? And these daily farm practices, farm management, are the core responsibility in layer poultry farming. Number one of these daily farm management and farm practices would have to be feeding. You have to feed your birds every day with the right quality of feed. You have to give your layer birds balanced diet. Their diet has to contain protein, calcium, and other nutrients necessary for the production of eggs every day. It is really important that you give them adequate feed in the right amount and right quantity every day. It is when you give them good feed in the right quantity, that is when they are able to produce so well for you in their laying cycle. Another thing you have to do is the water. You have to give them clean water to drink every time. And also, as a layer poultry farmer, especially if you're using battery cage, you have to always check that your water lines, your water nipples, that they work all the time, so you're sure that your birds are getting water to drink. There is a certain amount of water that your birds should drink every day for them to be able to produce sizable eggs and good eggs for you at every time. Because at the end of the day, this is layer poultry farming, and one of our, like, what we basically do is egg production. So you need good feed, good water for your birds to produce eggs every day. So egg is mostly water. So if your birds don't get enough water to drink and good quality feed to eat, they won't produce well for you. Another thing is lighting. Layers need about 16 hours of light to be able to have a consistent egg production. So sometime in your own, whichever location you are, if you feel that the light you're getting in a day is not up to 16 hours, then you should make provision for lighting in your pen, especially in the evenings. So for us here, we have some solar lights around the pen. This is an example of what we use for our own artificial lights in the farm. Another daily activity in a layer poultry farm is egg collection. One very important thing with egg collection is that you need your egg crate. This is a plastic egg crate. You might also go for paper egg crate, but then it is important that we collect our eggs every day on the farm. So on my own farm here, and this is one advice I give to poultry farmers also, is that you have to collect your eggs twice a day, 2 times in a day. So for us here, we collect our eggs around 2 p.m. Then in the evening, we collect the second round of egg. at around 4:30 p.m. The reason we have to collect the egg twice a day is so that these birds, they don't get to peck on their eggs and break them. The weight of the egg also doesn't weigh the cages down. So this is why we collect the eggs twice a day. And this is what I am doing at the farm right now. Now, let us talk about cost and profit potential, because at the end of the day, this is a business and has to be handled like a business. So let's talk about cost potential. Let's say, for instance, you have 500 layer beds. Let's say that they start laying at their 18th week, and let's say you break even at maybe 26 week. So let's say at that 26 weeks, they start producing at or let's say at 30 week, they start producing at, let's say, 80% production. Let me bring out my calculator. 80% production with 500 birds. Let's quickly look at your estimated revenue at 85% production. So 85 divided by 100 times 500. So that's 425 pieces of egg divided by 30. So that's about 14 crates of eggs every day. So 14 crates of eggs every day times, let's say 300, and you're keeping them for 1 year, 365 days, right? Times 365 days. So that's about 5,110 crates of eggs. Currently, one crate of egg is about let's say 5,000 naira times 5,000 naira. So that is about 25,550,000 naira. Well, let's find the dollar equivalent divided by 1,665. So that's about $15,345. That is your revenue in 1 year. $15,345. So that is your revenue. It doesn't mean that is your profit, because then you have to also consider, you have to put into consideration feed, labor, vaccination, water, housing, maybe savings for your business also. But I can assure you that your profit margin is going to be a very great one. Your profit margin is going to be rewarding, because this business is a rewarding one, especially if managed properly. You're sure that you're going to get a very decent profit from it. So you probably ask, why choose layer poultry farming? One thing I would say is that one of the biggest reasons I love layer poultry farming is its reliability. Layer poultry farming is a very reliable business. And yes, eggs will always be in demand. And with proper care, your layer birds will reward you with consistent production for up to 2 years. You know that I sold some of my birds, my smoky flock. I sold them in November. But remember that if you're following me on this channel, you know that I kept some of them. And those ones I kept, look at them here. Those ones I kept, they are still laying eggs for me. They are currently 112 weeks old. Their production is still very good for their age. They are maybe about 69%. So you can be assured that your layer poultry birds would lay for you for close to 2 years when properly managed. And you can also diversify your income by selling the manual, like I am selling at my own farm now. You can also sell the birds once they become spent chickens, and also make some money from the sale. Are you ready to start your own layer poultry farm? If this video has actually inspired you, don't wait. Don't keep waiting any longer. Just start planning right now. And if you still have any personal question about starting your own layer poultry farm, don't forget that I offer layer poultry consultation session. You can book a session with me. Please click on the seller link in the description box to book your own consultation today. And also, you can also send me an email, poultrywithmodupe@gmail.com. I have my email written here. One thing I always advise when you're booking a consultation session with me is this session is detailed specially for you. So have your questions, have your concerns, and trust me, we're going to trash them all out. And if you've enjoyed this video, if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to drop your comments. Let me know when you're starting your own layer poultry farm, or if you have any other addition we can add to this video. And also don't forget to comment. Let me know your plans also. Let's all learn together. And you know, one thing I always say on this channel is that we are all here to learn together. Nobody's an island. Poultry with Modupe is not an island. And then I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye and When are you starting your own layer poultry farm? I am here. I am rooting for your success. I am rooting for you to start, and I'm wishing you all the best. As we begin this journey, I am wishing you all the best with good profits. I hope that it is also rewarding for you. And again, you have to know that it can only be rewarding if you properly manage it, if you have adequate knowledge about the business. So we'll see you on another video.